welcome to the next episode of the CAPB Podcast. For tonight's episode, I am delighted that we are joined by James Prudhoe Hamilton-Bing. Welcome, James, formerly the Rifles.
Welcome, James. Hello, mate. How you doing? Paul and Matt, lovely to be on it. Fucking loving it.
Cool.
Mate, thanks for giving up the time, mate. Do you know what I mean? Thanks for coming on. You are our 40th guest.
I might be the 40th guest. I'm Toucan Van Damme, 2 pints down. I'm at a friend's establishment. There's things going on in here. We've got music playing in the background, and I'm here chatting to you guys. But that's what I do. This is what it's all about. So, yes.
Mate, I love it, mate. I love it. And I love the fact that it looks like you're living in your car. Okay, so, but, you know, it's okay. It's all part of the vibe.
We won't talk about that. It's hard times, you know. The ranch has cleaned me out.
So, James, you served 8 years in the Rifles, yeah?
That's right, mate. Yeah.
Can you give us a highlight of your military career?
Highlight of my career got to be, I think we were the last battle group to go through, and this was on like the last Telic, so Telic 13. I think it was Telic 13 or Telic 12, whichever one. We were the last group to go through. Was it Telic 13?
Were you out there with 7 Armoured?
No, 20th Armoured.
Oh, you'd have been. I think you were 13. I was 12. I was Telic 12, so you might have been 13.
Ooh, okay.
Well, while we're at it, I was on Telic 11, and I handed over to we handed over to Paul. That's where we did the handover, Paul.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Yeah.
Get on. So I think the highlight. Oh, my tour was better than your tour. So basically, the last one, mate, it was the last Telic, official Telic, and we were our battle group was going out there, so 20th Armoured Brigade, and our battalion got tasked to do close observation platoon, which then later became BRF. That was probably the highlight. It was a hard fucking course down in the lid. It was really good, and anyone that did that course was easily set up then to go jump onto like SRR or something like that. You know, it was really shit for me though, because I was always that guy that was like really skinny, like a racing snake, and you think, yeah, this guy can run or whatever. And I was absolutely dog shit at fitness. So like the guys that are seeing this now that I served with will be laughing their head off, because I was always like, fucked. That 8 miler at Lid, if anyone did it on the shingle, it's a fucking breaker, that, mate. And then the first day we rocked up there was a Sergeant Major from Hereford that's obviously been posted there. He came out in a Guns N' Roses t-shirt, American combat bottoms, and he was like, "Morning, guys. I'm not gonna lie, this is a bit cheeky." And then there's me go, "Fuck." Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but I got myself through it. So yeah, that was the highlight, mate. Doing cop platoon, mate, for Telic 13. But the course was alley as fuck. I loved the course. It was great.
And when did you leave, James? What year did you leave, and why did you leave?
2012. It was service no longer required. Very political. And to be fair, I was used as a bit of a scapegoat, if I'm going to be honest. And there was like compassionate leave involved, and then they said I was posted AWOL. And you know, you could argue the toss all day long, but like, you know, the big green machine wins, and I ended up going to the glass house, and then it was like, soldier out, see you later, big man. So that's how I ended it, 2012.
Mate, I'm sorry that you didn't get to decide to finish your military career.
I did sign off, you know, and it was just, you know, within that year's grace that they do.
Yeah,
And I've gone
yeah.
from being in the sniper platoon to a storeman. I'm in Germany. My grandfather was ex-Cold War spy. He's on his deathbed. Like, fuck off, army. Like, I could finish off in the TA centre, and that's kind of how it was, really, you know?
Yeah, okay, mate.
So I
And
popped
then,
smoke.
and what happened post army? How was resettlement? What was the next steps from there?
Sorry, resettlement.
What was your transition like to becoming a
Oh,
civilian or a veteran?
oh, resettlement's that thing that you're supposed to. Oh, no, it was absolutely dog shit, mate. To be fair, literally kicked out the front door, mate. And I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to say, you know, pull the "oh woe is me" card kind of stuff. Like, you know, like I do own my own shit. As we go down the road here, we'll find out. But it was very hard, mate. There was no, back in those days, there was no sort of care afterwards. There's, you know, even decompression, mate. There was none of that. You know, an hour chat with the padre. That's my decompression kind of thing. And 20 cans down. Yeah, all right. I'm really fit. It was shit, mate. And I fell very quickly into some bad juju.
Where did you settle when you left?
I came back to Cornwall. So it's where I was born. Came back to Cornwall. A lot of, you know, a lot of stress. I was still young, mate. Drink, drugs, heavily on the drugs. And just not taking control of me. And probably not knowing who the fuck I was, because genuinely, I didn't know who I was. Did 2 tours then, so did Telic 8 and Telic 13. Telic 13 was completely different. Telic 8, 18 years old, mate. And I don't think, to be honest, you know, we all talk and we all say, like, enough, you know, it doesn't really... What? Right. For me now, I don't think you should go to war at 18 years old. I don't think you're old enough. And I don't think your head's... You haven't got enough tools in the toolbox to really deal with bits and bobs that you see when you go out there. And I think that sets you up, like, later on down in your life. And it's only been, like, since 6 years, mate, that I've really actually found out who the fuck I am, which is sad.
I think it's a real theme with people who leave, mate. And I think you're right. Back Paul left in around 2013, and I think the resettlement process, the transition, the opportunities available, and support structure is significantly better now than it was. And I think I served 23 years, mate. I left in 2021, and I can absolutely relate to what you're saying, because we talk about this a lot. You lose your purpose when you leave. And it's like you trying to work out. I joined at 16. Do you know what I mean? And I left at fucking 41-year-old. So it was trying to work out what does Civvy Matt look like? What am I supposed to? Where's my people? Because in the military, you're accepted. You're always part of something. You know that whatever happens, people have got your back, and you've got a purpose, mate. And I think I totally get it. Leaving at an early age, I think it's really difficult, and that must have been really hard for you, mate.
Yeah. Just want to say to the viewers, I am not drinking and driving. Just a quiet space here. All right, guys, it's a quiet space.
Mate, honestly, both of our viewers won't be bothered, mate. They'll be good.
100%, mate. No, so yeah, and just touching on what you said there, there was nothing. And Civvy Street is a different fucking fish altogether. You've gone from being completely in like this camaraderie sort of spirit, this brotherhood, and then you've come out and you're like, right, now I'm doing a desk job and I'm with civvies and they just don't get the banter. And then, oh, hang on a minute, I've been a bit too much there, and I've been, told off for being me.
So from there, mate, which was probably a really low point in your life. How did you turn it around, mate? How did you turn it around to what's going on now?
So there's a charity that I started sailing with, and to be fair, I went some good places. I learned how to sail. Something completely different. When I got explained to it, like, you do 10 knots and you're fucking hard over and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, 10 knots? Are you fucking mad? Like, this is fucking boring. But when you're in amongst it, it's really fucking, like, sailing's bang on. Like, I rate it to anyone. So I started sailing, went around, met a load of people. I'm a big networker. That's my passion, networking with people. And I met this geezer who, when we pulled in, so we're on a trip, and we were in, what's it called? Canary Islands. We were there, and there was this geezer that was like a veteran as well, that I stayed on his boat. Really good guy. Got a lot of time for him. Hi, Rob. And then next door, there was this other bloke, and he was a French guy. And like, Rob's typical British. You won't like him, he's French. Now, I actually spoke to this geezer, and he turns out he was French XSF. Got along like a house on fire, mate. Big time. I came back to Cornwall. I had a boat at this point, and I was living on my boat, little mini yacht. And I had a bit of a drama with a sort of woman. This chick broke my heart. So I was like, right, I'm done. I'm popping smoke. And I've been speaking to this geezer, Eric, for ages. He's like, hey, you're coming over. I'm going to book you a flight now. Fuck yeah, let's go, bro. I'll sell my boat. So I went, and I, met this guy, spoke to him a handful, like quite a bit on WhatsApp, but like met him like, well, fucking nothing really. It was just speaking like this. And we got on a house on fire, mate. And I was over in Biarritz in south of France. He owned a restaurant on the beach. I was living the fucking high life, mate. Out every evening. Every evening we were out, and we'd go out on our scooters, because we had scooters. And this guy's like 6-year-old, mate, and he was the closest you can get to like a Steve McQueen, but the French version. This guy, mate, this guy was a fucking well, he still is. He's a fucking legend. Really good guy, and he just took me under his wing, and he was like, treated me, and he was even introducing me to like people as like, he's my son. Like, fucking what a guy. Like, and it's funny because he's ancient as fuck, and I'm there and I'm trying to calm him down, but he's loving it because he's got someone young around him, like a mate who's like a brother, who's like a son. And we had so much fun. It was brilliant. So I lived in Biarritz for like 9 months. It was brilliant. Yeah. And then I came back to Cornwall, missing the kids and stuff like that. And I think I had to do that to just separate myself from everything, find out actually who the fuck I was and what I wanted in life. And then I came back to Cornwall. And it was like a fresh start.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
was it at that point you decided to start the business?
No. So we're skipping over a lot here, guys, but I like it. It's good. We can keep skipping over a lot. We're skipping over hell a lot. So at that point with the business, I got involved. Do you know what? This is the first time you're privy to this. This is the first time I'm going to talk about this. on your podcast.
I love it.
Because I think I signed an NDA, but fuck it. I hate the cunt. So I started a company called Close Observations Group, which was a surveillance company. So I came into a bit of money and I thought, right, I need to do something that's going to flick my switch. It's not going to get me in the shit. It's going to earn legal money. But I want something for veterans to come on board with, also have their itch that they need to scratch and earn a good bit of wage and, you know, provide for their families. So I started up COG and I brought on this guy who's an ex-bootneck. No good. So we ended up going part ways. Anyone seeing this, do your research. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to drop anyone in it. Do your fucking research on people. So we ended up fucking going part ways. And then I ended up keeping the company but changing the name. And it cost me a lot of money to keep him out of the company. For me to keep the company, I could have shut everything down and just gone, yeah, because there's a limited company, but I didn't. I wanted to keep the company, and I didn't want him to have anything out of pride and principle. So it cost me a lot more money than he was asking to get out to walk away. So then, I always wanted to help veterans. There's always been a point in my life, be it in prison or whatever it is, I've always wanted to help veterans, people like me. Now I've changed everything, turned everything around. You know, I'm not saying that I'm this fucking golden angel. You know, I still have a drink now and then, like very, very rarely. We're all human. But I know exactly how hard it is to that transition and to keep on that fucking narrow road. And no one was there to help me get on that fucking narrow road. I learnt the hard way. Now, all I want to do is just go, hey, mate, I know exactly where you're coming from, blah, blah, blah. So, along comes Black Bearing. It started off with a community WhatsApp group. Go on. Sorry, Paul.
I was about to say, what is it? But you led into it, so it's fine. Go on.
So, Black Bearing essentially is a support network, right? That's how it started, was a support network on WhatsApp. You know, like how you go on, you got the CP WhatsApp groups and the surveillance WhatsApp groups and all this kind of stuff. Well, why not have a fucking WhatsApp group for fucking bods like us that need a bit of support, that can actually turn around and go, like, let's talk about the elephant in the room, aggression. I'm a fucking prime example of what not to fucking do. Let's talk about aggression and violence. It's a fucking horrible thing. And do you know what? Back in the day, I was a fucking cunt and I hate myself for it. But we've got to move on from that. I've accepted that. We move on. It's how you move forward, right? So, what better place to have a network where we can go, do you know what, mate? I'm fucking struggling here. Blah, blah, blah. This is getting me down. This is getting me down. I'm getting really stressed out about this. And people are throwing it out there and not afraid of the stigma that's going to come back and get them in the arse. It's discussions and conversations that we need to have that no one's fucking having. So let's fucking have those conversations on Black Bearing WhatsApp group. Do you know what I mean? Dads. Like a dad's group, like the amount of fucking people that talk to me, like, well, I see it, but I don't really have too much involvement in that because I'm actually good. But I can give advice if I need to. But there's other people on there that have gone through a fucking hard time. 2 days ago, probably saved a suicide on that group. So it's not just that.
Mate.
Faith, Christianity. Let's talk about fucking faith. People that are inquisitive about that or want to discuss that or question it or blah, blah, blah. Faith group. You know, there's a members chat. Just talking random shit. There's a banter page. There's loads of little groups, and then there's little different pockets of network. Southwest, northwest, southeast, blah blah blah, blah, all over the county, where you could turn around and go, lads, I'm in the shit, mate. Anyone around for a beer? Anyone around for a brew? I could really do with a talk. Bang, there you go. Let's meet up this weekend. Yeah, okay, cool. There's someone talking already this week about meeting up in Liverpool. A load of people. So that's what it's all about. So that's how it started, Black Bearing, and then it was paying subscriptions. And then I thought, paying the subscriptions would then fund, because my money doesn't grow on fucking trees and it fucking runs out. So it was like a £10 subscription, £20 subscription or something like that. And then that would fund events like, let's just say the guys in Liverpool want to go to the cinema for the fucking evening and have a beer afterwards. Yeah, cool, that's on us. Let's go. But then it came very clear that 10, 20 quid go, like, it sounds really sad, mate, and it really pisses me off. Like, guys are out there and they are counting the fucking pennies. So I kind of scrapped that. And it is just what it is. And if we can help out, we can help out and all that kind of stuff, you know? So then parents and I, we sold the family house. And then we bought this ranch. So my love of horses, family's love of horses. Let's make a livery yard. Okay, cool. Hang on a minute. Why don't we throw in veterans here? Why don't we provide a place in the southwest for veterans to go, a safe haven for veterans to go, to just rock up? And they do. You know, they, like today, literally today, I had 2 guys rock up. Do you know what? Dig out fucking blind. Me and my family dig out blind for the ranch, mate, 100%. Because it is hard work, mate. It's a full-time job, that ranch. We got 8 horses on there at the moment, you know. Yeah, so basically, providing a safe haven for veterans, be it you want to come up, you want a horse ride? Okay, cool. We haven't got any horses we can ride at the minute, but you want a horse ride? Yeah, okay, we can sort that out. Mucking in, like, as in mucking out the horses, feeding up, driving around on the quad, do some fencing, general duties around the yard, gives the veteran a purpose. Some of these guys haven't got a fucking job. Some of these guys are a bit older, and they one of the guys, Falklands vet, gleaming bloke, you know, and it's just giving the veteran a purpose. You could come up, mate, and you could sit there and draw, you know, do a painting for all I fucking care. The fact is that you've got out of your bed, you've given yourself a task today. I'm going to go and see Black Bearing Ranch. I'm going to go up there and spend the day with them. I've got all the brews that I can fucking want to have. I've got, you know, facilities to use, microwave, blah, blah, blah. Getting a veteran, it's the whole purpose is get a veteran out of their fucking scratcher or out of their house or whatever, giving them a purpose to come and do something. Because essentially, we've all been there. You could be, mate, I've been there myself, you know, a couple of weeks or whatever, and you're like, I haven't fucking washed, just feel like a cunt. Like, and then the demons start creeping in. And
mate, I think there's other elements to it as well, you know, James. I think, like, Wayne and I were talking about it last week. Wayne's got friends who have got, like, a bit of a yard and some horses and stuff, and even the mucking out and that level of that simplicity of life allows you to switch off from the other stuff.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? That simplicity of, like, mucking out the horses, cleaning shit out, like you said, hammering fence panels, like fence posts, cleaning stuff, having that sense of achievement that you've fixed something, that you've done something. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes can take away from that stress of the 9 to 5, the family, you know what I mean? All the other stresses that come with that, you know?
Well, it's like giving a bit of responsibility as well, that they probably, you know, you might have had like an ex-staffy or an ex-fucking Sergeant Major or something like that that's come up. Now he's talking to a rifleman, and I'm like, Matt, can you jump on the tractor, mate? Do you know how to work it? No. Well, I'm going to fucking show you now. Can you do that? Yeah, okay. Can you put a bale, mate, in the barn for me, please, for the girls? Can you do that? Yeah, I'll get that done. Leave you to it, mate. Get you cracked on and let you fucking crack on with that. Gives them a bit of responsibility to do and a bit, testing them. It's like that whole dig. I'm sure you probably heard it, and I go on it like it's my go-to fucking thing. So probably I'm sick and tired of hearing it. But like, given that guy that came up, jumped in the digger, 8-ton digger. I'm a digger driver by trade. He didn't have a fucking clue what he was doing, but he lowered my septic tank, which was like £5,000 worth of kit, into the hole, and we put the septic tank together. I'm happy because he hasn't fucking smashed my septic tank up. He's happy because he's like, fucking never driven a digger before, mate, and you've just done it, mate. Well done. Pushing your boundaries and stuff like that.
There's something strangely like cathartic about a good bit of grafting there. There's something strange. Helping the veteran community is a unique one, and like you've said, you've had Falklands vets. Imagine you've had lads from Iraq, lads who've served in Afghan. There is a common bond. There's a common bond where you get it. You get that things can be quite shit. So I think what the ranch does, mate, and what it offers, I think is a really unique space, and I think it's fantastic, mate.
Mate, honestly, you can come up there and you could do the fucking gardening for all, anyone cares. Deal with the allotment. We've got sweet corn, fucking potatoes and that shit growing. If that's your thing, fucking take it on, big man. You want to plant some fucking gooseberries? Do it, mate. It's not for me, but yeah, if that's what you want to do, you do it. But it's just giving a veteran a purpose and being a bit of a family and all this kind of stuff, and for me, I know how bad it can be when you've got nowhere to go, nowhere to talk, no one to talk to, and someone that doesn't understand. Mate, half of the time I haven't even spoken to my fucking family about any of this shit because they don't fucking understand. And I can guarantee I could have a conversation with you, Paul, and Matt, that if you want to get something off your chest, you're probably too ashamed to fucking do it. So, basically, in a nutshell, I'm using my fucking past experiences, no matter how bad they are, and what? I'm now really good. I'm ranting it, boys. I'm really sorry. I've turned my life around, and I'm the only person I know that's like me, that's doing what I'm doing. If there is someone out there that's doing exactly what I'm doing, that's had the same life as I'd love to fucking meet them. And I hope we can see each other and we can have a conversation, because a fucking collab would be absolutely great.
James, the ranch itself, how does it work? Do people just tip up, or where do people sleep, and how does it all kind of sort of
people just tip
together,
mate,
and things like
that? People just tip up, mate, and it's very much of put a brew on, and then fucking you sat there, and then with 3 hours, 4 hours have gone by, and you're like, fucking hell, we best do some work. It was great the other day. We had load of blokes rock up, different experiences, different life experiences or whatever, and we're all just chatting. And this Falkland vet's there, and fuck it. So hearing some of his, and do you know what, mate? It's good to talk about stuff, about different dips of what we did, and talk about some things that we shouldn't talk about and stuff like that. And it's just good to get all that off your chest. And yeah, I mean, we're actually purchasing some yurts as well. We've just sold our Airbnb, which is over in Padstow Way. Logistically, it wasn't feasible, so we've just gone, right, let's sell it, let's get some yurts, and we're going to put them down the land, and we've got planning for that. So yeah.
Have you ever worked on a ranch before, or was this was this like a first sort of jump into it? I know you said you like your family and your love of horses and around that, so you've been around horses, but how does a ranch work as a business? How does it kind of, and what lessons have you learned from spinning it up?
So I've worked on a polo yard before, which is really, really hard. But polo yards are very thick and fast. And if you don't get something right, people fucking shout at you. So it's really hard for me to hear that as well, and you are dogged out. Took that. A livery yard's a piece of piss. It really is. And as long as you've got a bit of savvy and a bit of common sense, you're all good.
Liveries, that's looking after other people's horses as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so basically how the ranch works, the setup is we have liveries at the ranch. So we don't do DIY, which is do-it-yourself liveries. We offer part-time livery and full-time livery. So that means they would have we do the part livery. We'd look after the horses for the 5 days of the week, and then they get the rest. Bringing a veteran in, it's just more. We can do it ourselves, but it's nice to have people that help out, and they can help out. So it's kind of like we're helping you, you're helping us, that kind of thing. It's just a good concept. You could sit there and go, I'm going to do one stable, mate, and then that's me. Yeah, fucking right. Whatever, big lad. Yeah, thanks for coming up anyway. It's just nice you having it. Like I said, the whole idea is just getting the people out through the front door and then getting up here and just enjoying themselves, and that's it, really. So that's how Black Bearing makes its money, is through the livery yard. However, now we're getting bigger. Now people are looking at us more seriously. We've got the council involved that are looking to do other different avenues on the ranch. So it will be, we've got to make money somewhere. The way I look at it is the veterans side of it is very close to our hearts as the family. It's extremely close. So we'll never get rid of that. However, we've got to make some money somewhere.
I think it's that holistic therapy is important, mate. And I think that, again, that showing people something, because I would say most of the veteran community wouldn't have much experience with horses because of maybe cost or, lifestyle or where they grew up or whatever. So to have the opportunity to come to your ranch and just experience that and have that escape, I think is really important. I think one of the things that also shines out is...
Matt, it's not just that, though. That's what I'm saying. It's not just about the horses, mate. It's a beautiful area. You could come down and go, I'm pitching up a tent, mate. Can I do that? Yes, mate. By the pond. Off you pop. Do you want to go for a walk? Okay, yeah, cool. Here you go. Here's a map. This is really good route. Anything, mate, there. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be. It's just a bolt. If I'm going to say it, it's a bolt hold for veterans. In the Southwest, it's a bolt hold. For someone to come, even if you're stopping by.
You're creating a space for veterans to, almost have a bit of a sanctuary to come and talk, to come and get stuff off chest, and I love it, mate. On to just a couple of things, just before we run out of time, James, is you've done a lot for the veteran community from a community point of view. I've noticed things like Vet Fest and other things where you're bringing people together. So you've got these opportunities of community on top of the fact that you've got quite a healthy following on social media. So do you know what I mean? That bringing people together in a community is really important. What's the next thing you're doing for that community?
So we've just teamed up, Veterans for Veterans. Shout out to them. Good blokes, man. So Veterans for Veterans contacted me and they loved the story. I've told them straight away about my whole life. They did not care. They wanted me to be sort of involved very much in their company. So basically, essentially what's happening is we're putting on, they're going to go, bang, there's their flag in the ground. It's here at Black Bearing Ranch. We're having an event on the 11th of October. They're putting on live music. So it'll be like live country music, folk music or whatever. It's going to be a family's day, so we're going to have loads of stuff for the kids. Outdoor activities, axe throwing, air rifle shooting, laser tag, eating worms, all that kind of crap. Licensed bar, obviously. Hog roast, provided by Black Baron. And the trade stands. So you've got the hitters at the moment within the veterans community. Combat Clipper, GTC, Gibraltar Trading Company, Kit Pest, fucking hell. Is it Lock? He's going to fucking kill me if I get this wrong.
Lockwood Smocks, you know, say.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, is exactly what I was going to say. Lockwood Smocks, he's coming down. Yeah, like all these guys, they want to be a part of this. So we're going to have a big, basically, and it's kind of cool because we get all the families together. The veterans, they can have a good laugh or whatever, have a good day out with the family. The vendors may sell a bit of kit, but it's more of getting the veterans together, the vendors together. And we can essentially have another little community on the side of that, and we can help each other out, blah, 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 and all this kind of bit of networking. Veterans for veterans will have their Airstream and do there and then hearing tests for any veterans that want to come and get the hearing tests. If it's fucking shit, they'll talk them through the claims process.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's quality, mate. And pretty much everyone apart from Kit Pest has been on the podcast. We've had PJ from GTC, Teague from Combat Clipper. We've had Lockie on for Lockwood Smocks. All absolutely brilliant blokes, and all people who absolutely lean into the veteran space. They give to charity. They are selfless people. And I think for you to have pulled those guys in, along with you and what you're doing at Black Baron Ranch, I've got no doubt that the event on the 11th of October will be incredible, mate. And it'll be great to see the content that comes out of it.
Well,
James,
the main question is, are you boys coming or no?
Well, mate, we'll have to look at it, mate. We haven't had a formal invite yet. It's the first I've heard of it is right now. So yeah, let's see what we can make work, mate. You know what I'm saying?
Is it on the weekend?
Yeah, it's on a Saturday, bro.
No, we're not in the group. No one invites us to groups, mate. But it's okay. We can talk about it offline. James, just by way of closing off the podcast, mate. Right? But I know you're a busy man, and if there was one lesson you would give to a fellow veteran who is thinking about setting up a business or setting up a community or setting up something like what you've done, what's the one bit of advice you'd give them after what you've learned now, what you've been through with your previous business where you got, you separated ways, and from Black Baron and Black Baron Ranch, you've gone through a lot, mate. What's the one bit of advice you'd give?
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. Okay. Honest, like meaningful, real shit fucking advice. Be really careful you get into bed with. Do your background on everyone that you come involved with. Honesty speaks fucking volumes. Be wary of people who are not honest. Keep your circle small, but cast your net out with caution. Don't let your passion for what you're doing and your vibe and how you feel inside, don't think that everyone's like that, because they are not. And people will fucking climb over you to get what they want. Just be careful. It's really downer shit, that, isn't it? Really, I was going to be all inspirational.
Listen, I'll be honest with you, mate. Go on, Paul.
For me, it's like understanding that not everyone has integrity, not everyone has the moral sort of fibre that we have as a community and our life that we were in, and everyone had the same sort of standard. Like knowing that when you start a business in a civilian street, that not everyone's like that, but it also builds what you're saying there as well. It's just added on that, like the resilience that is required to spin up a business like this with people that aren't on necessarily the same wavelength or the same sort of have the same integrity checks or moral compasses as you would. So I completely get it, mate. I do. I don't think it's down. I think it's just a bit of advice.
Not everyone's been through your circumstances or anything like that, so everyone's got a different take to it, right? However, there is a lot of fucking good veterans out there that want to do good. Just fucking do your 5 and 20s and just keep a lid on it. You know, it's people can become very jealous.
I think it's super good advice. Your due diligence, mate. It's too easy to think that everyone who wants to support you are coming with the right intentions, and I think your bit of advice about doing due diligence, mate, is absolutely solid advice.
You know, doesn't matter what you've done. Don't be ashamed of what you've done. Just fucking own it, and it's how you move forward from that defines you as a fucking person.
I love that, mate. But mic drop. James, listen, thank you so much for giving up your time and being so transparent and honest about everything you've been through and about the exciting things that the Black Bear Ranch has to offer and is going to continue to have to offer, certainly with the event that's happening on the 11th, which we'll hopefully see you at. Listen, mate, enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much for coming on, mate.
Can I just say, shout out to all the boys. No, in fact, no, fuck it. Appreciate you having you lads on. Appreciate you lads having me on tonight, right? So I told you, 2 beers, mate. It's me done. Appreciate you having me on there tonight, boys. I really do appreciate it. And fucking gleaming. Probably, do you know what? The coolest podcast I've been on. And I appreciate everyone that's part of Black Bearing Group and everything that we're trying to do. And I take my hat off to all the lads that have speak out openly when they're having a shit day. And there's that fear of being ridiculed and fucking put down or whatever. And they speak out and we all get around them. And for me, that's worth its weight in gold. That's what makes me fucking wake up in the morning, is seeing that shit. I love it.
Perfect,
So
mate.
thank you.
Hey, listen,
so thank you to everyone.
Look after yourself, James. Take care, mate.